What's going on, y'all? Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash, Salisbury, Maryland. So got an interesting situation to talk about today. Found out over the weekend, and had heard some things, but anyways, ultimately found out that a former employee of mine had been stealing from me on the job. And how he was stealing was offering to do services in exchange for tips, or reporting less than what they received. Kind of crazy to find out that, some of the clients that had hired us to do work, that this employee was going up to them and saying, hey, we could clean this for you. Like, oh, how much for it? No cost, just we really appreciate tips. Just tips. It'll only take a little bit of time to do that. So I'm paying the lead tech and the helper money to do work. And then the ridiculous part is this lead was then pocketing the money and not giving the other guy anything. Or at least if he was giving him anything, it was a tiny fraction of what he was actually taking for this additional work. We'd fired the guy for multiple reasons. Biggest one was just poor performance, and it's crazy too, the customers that he was doing this, at least one of them was one that he got a call back on, that the work hadn't been done well enough. And he even said to the client, because I had to show up at this job site, oh, I can't get it done, Rob's here now, I can't do it. He can't do the rest of it. It's like, you think that you're giving people opportunities and giving people chances, and I know one of my big things for this year and going forward is that I do have to fire people faster. I let this guy cost me at least $2,000 to $3,000 in labor paid for callbacks, wasting my time, other employees' times because of things not being done properly. And ultimately, this is disappointed with the client when they finally told me that they hadn't told me a lot sooner. But having an employee do something like that reflects poorly on me, or if it's happening in your business, on the business itself, because that means that person is, well, not being truthful. They're trying to cheat you. They're quite frankly cheating the client, and not delivering the level of service and support that it's supposed to. And posting this in one of the groups just to get some advice on what we could do in this situation. I'll be confronting him about it. He's been fired. So we can't really go, tell his other boss, but hopefully this will scare him enough when we go after him about it. Some advice that I got was, one, every new hire that we bring in, making it very clear that if this happens, if we find that out, that we will prosecute. There's not really anything that stops us right now from prosecuting, other than just, quite frankly, the amount of money and time that it would take is not worth spending that. The guy's also not in our area anymore, so I'm not worried about him competing against here. I'll certainly let the rest of you guys, in my market or anywhere near him, to know not to hire him. And certainly if I ever get a referral request, or reference check on somebody like that, definitely not going to be a pretty one from me. But it's crazy, guys. So just would recommend it, if as you get employees, you have to have ways to track stuff like this. It's something where hopefully in your follow-up surveys, you ask clients and find out if something like this happened. The problem is that you're going to run into somebody who's willing to pay somebody less to do it on the side, is not exactly that truthful of a client. So them admitting that such and such, that person offered it, it's more likely that, a client's going to come back and say, hey, just want to let you know that, Jesse came over here, he offered to do this, for cash, and then we told him not to. We declined it because that didn't seem like the right way to do it. And yeah, the guy's name's Jesse White. So, go ahead and throw that out there. Yeah, apparently it was even when we had him canvassing for our company, was canvassing people and saying, hey, we could take care of that for this amount of money, or it was like, or I could do it on the side, do it after hours for this price. Which I'm still confused as to how he was planning on getting that done. That's where the whole non-compete comes in place in that situation. So, anyway, guys, have a great day, and monitor your employees to make sure that they don't steal from you. And if they do, fire them immediately. See ya.